they get out with only one loss. Oh, nope, looks like that.
Your forces obey you.
Oh, no. Chaos Sorcerer just failing to, getting a little hesitant, not making up his mind and not making an attack. See, this Artok's already got their more powerful melee weapon, which is a power weapon. It's gonna be effective against infantry and those vehicles. The one thing is, when you look at their life, that's at 1200 compared to 750, and I'll tell you this much, that Dreadnought's gonna do a lot more damage to the Artok. See the Artok wisely jumping in, killing what they can, pushing the enemies back. Gonna probably do some of the same to this Chaos Heretic squad. And probably this is about the best thing the Elder player can do, is just keep kiting that enemy unit. Ooh, that could spell trouble. Just low on energy, not enough to jump out, although thankfully that, man, those things just look mean. Get the little smoke coming out the back, spikes. But thankfully for the Eldar player, the Chaos Dreadnought was not able to catch up to his hero unit, do too much damage. We have a little mist micro going on here. Probably was sent over to cap this point, but he's just kind of chilling out, not really doing anything. There we go. Back to the middle. We definitely could be getting to that point of the game where we may see some bigger battles, big pushes towards the middle with all the units on the field. And the one thing we see, the Brightlance team is already out, and that's definitely what the Eldar player needed. Just try to do some damage to that Dreadnought. We'll see pushing it back out of the middle, but unfortunately all these other troops are going to be quite effective against that Brightlance platform. Going to do large amounts of damage, and really that Brightlance isn't going to do anything back. Ooh, and another call down, and that's just going to unfortunately potentially wipe another squad, maybe even two. That, nope, getting those other Guardian squads out. You see here now this Chaos Dreadnought really doesn't have too much to worry about. It's going to allow the Chaos player to continue to push up. So much action going on. We got another cap going on over here. Sorcerers continuing to cap. His power nord's untaken, but then again, at this point of the game, he may be happy with the 3 power that he's had all game. Yeah, actually, if we look at his resources, we see he's at over 100 power, so certainly has the ability to make some more units. But maybe saving up for that tech, which actually, if we look now, the Eldar player already getting his tech up to tier 3. Not sure what unit he's going to want to pull out first, but then again, it's I'm more of a Space Marine player myself, so sometimes my decisions be a little bit different. Space Marine very well known for their powerful tier 2, but Eldar certainly known for having some really great tier 3 weapons. Definitely some things that can be game changers with their D-cannon platform. It doesn't look like we're in a game that we'll see an Avatar, but who knows? Something that's certainly possible. See that Chaos Lord with the Sword of Flame just dealing so much damage. Sorcerer just jumping right out, having the Heretics channel, which I believe, look at almost full health back on this Dreadnought. It's not looking good for the Eldar right now, other than the fact that he had map control for a decent portion of the game. See the Artok running in, saying balls to the walls. I'm just gonna run in, kill everything I can, and for their own sake, gonna hopefully get out alive. But ooh, it's gonna be a close one. And oh, that Dreadnought just getting that hit. Ooh. Although he's been enraged, he's just going to kill anything and everything in sight. He doesn't care if it's friend, foe, or indifferent. And that's another, ooh, getting another unit kill, and that one was on the Space Marines. You know, definitely something that can affect the game. Certainly it's a powerful ability, but a little bit of a... Ooh, and we have another Dreadnought out. I really don't know what our Eldar player is going to be aiming for at this point. You see, he's up to 150 power, over 400 requisition. certainly saving up, and once again, Eldar isn't the game I play quite as much, but certainly some concerns that he's going to be able to win this one. And that big mean old hunk of metal just shooting his little launcher, forcing the warp spider back. You see the Guardian squad's quite willing to fight this Chaos Sorcerer, but as you see, the Dreadnought's coming back in, and he's going to really force back most of the units. And some people would potentially ask why the Dreadnought didn't just run in and try to do as much damage as possible, but it's actually a strategy I would somewhat agree with. There's certainly instances where you see people overextend, lose the vehicle advantage, and really lose the main advantage they were carrying at that point of the game, and sometimes lose the game. So, you know, playing a little conservative, not necessarily the best or worst idea. Yeah, could he have potentially ended the game had he pushed up and taken the energy at some of those different points? Maybe, but overall, you see he's still got 2 Dreadnoughts in the game, and see he's got. Oh no! Oh, good dodge. That was definitely a close one, and would have been really damaging to all these infantry units. And I think kind of everyone knows what's going on right now. It's just a little bit of a matter of, ooh, gotta get that Fire Prism back. It is not gonna win in melee versus Dreadnought. Fire Prism, a powerful weapon, but definitely has the disadvantage of not being tough like these Dreadnoughts. And I'm a little worried that we're gonna see this Dreadnought be able to get right in and finish off the Fire Prism, which is really the only thing the Eldar player has that was really going for him. You see that a couple shots getting off on the Dreadnought. Whew. Maybe a little bit of lucky micro, a little bit of good micro, and man. Oh, and we see a sync kill going down. Just allowing that Chaos Dreadnought to live that much longer. And we should see these Guardian squads start healing up. The one concern though is definitely have that issue of being outcapped by the enemy. He's got to get this warp spider going, get those points capped, get everything going as quick as he can, because with under 100 points and not having any points left, I mean, we're only talking 30 seconds and he's going to be out of this game. And wisely, the Warp Spider forces those Chaos Heretics off and allow him to recap his victory point. And we see the Chaos player being quite willing to defend this middle point, feeling comfortable with his victory point advantage, not feeling like he needs to overextend himself and, you know, risk anything. You know, wisely, our Eldar player is grabbing this other victory point, so he's got at least one now, and hopefully he'll be even up soon. Yeah, even now, and still continue to cap that point. See the Howling Banshees just being forced off by that one unit using a couple abilities once again. And now you start to see the damage that Warp Spider can deal out to any of these kind of troops. It sounds like we get some other fights going on. Yeah, we have a Chaos Dreadnought pushing out, but the Guardian squad's being able to cap this middle point, so it's really just a trade. That, if anything, the Eldar's almost winning, where he does have that top point still locked down. We see the Dreadnought choosing to back out. Probably the best choice. He would have been kited by that Fire Prism, and kiting is just the action of moving your unit a little bit further back when it shoots, just allowing it to continue to use its range advantage. I may have argued being a little bit more aggressive with that Fire Prism, trying to push up and take that Chaos Dreadnought, but then again, I'm getting to see the whole map, and the Eldar player certainly does not know if there is a setup squad or some sort of AV squad that's really going to put the hurting on it. And we'll come back here towards the middle. You see that Prism, the Bright Lance rather, is being able to fire away, keep dealing damage. You see the Chaos Sorcerer being willing to take a bit of damage to try to cap this victory point. I mean, now we're back to even, but the only thing that's not even is certainly the remaining victory points. Let me see, could be a little bit of a battle going on here mid. Ooh. Dreadnought choosing to back right out. Oh, and the Sorcerer running in, trying to deal as much damage to this team as they possibly can. That's one of the main things, keeping the enemy forces back. And you see the Dreadnought with his buff is just moving so quickly, gonna take down that Fire Prism. And you know, no guarantees right now, but man, that was a big blow. Oh, and the hero goes down. I'm not sure if there's much left this Elder player can do. He played the game pretty well, but unfortunately, Caeltos just seems to have a little bit more experience, a little bit better control, and a little bit better of a strategy set for how he wanted to play the game. Let's see, yeah, unfortunately, I think this capture is going to be the GG. You know, forcing the Elder player back. He really has nothing left that's going to effectively deal with these Chaos. The Bright Lance weapon team, while very, very powerful, is simply not a mobile force, and the Chaos player willing to move his units around, not waiting around for the enemy to really get all those ducks in a row and make a push on them. And choosing to stay in, but with only 20 left, it's a matter of 10 seconds before the game's over. We get the good games. Both players willing to say GG. Definitely an interesting match, and that we really just saw how powerful those Chaos Dreadnoughts can be. Hope you guys all enjoyed it, and hope I get to cast more.